Kia ora, I'm John Boy.
And I'm Cows.
And what are we doing today?
We're doing a quick recap of our afternoon. We're absolutely buggered, but we spent the day with Jarod at Hibiscus Tattoos.
What a day.
What a day. In Whangapararoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Whangapararoa?
Yep. Big day. So we've met Jarod through the retro event.
What's up, the retro event?
We kind of hit him up at the last retro and said, look, we'd be really keen to come up and see your storefront, because we knew that he sold toys in his tattoo parlour, that he ran a tattoo parlour, and that he had a really good collection.
Yeah, and there was plenty on display there, right? Cabineted and...
Yep, carded. Lots of carded.
Yep.
So he had Spawn. What were those dolls called? Rainbow something, but they were really Rainbow High. Yeah, so they were like flashy, like Barbie dolls with brilliantly coloured hair and matching clothing.
Yeah, they kind of reminded me more like the Bratz line of toys.
Yeah,
like that, and very elaborate.
Yeah. And so they came with accessories and stuff, but he had maybe 3 cabinets of toys. The only thing I was really interested in was a Tortured Souls from the McFarlane line that was there. But he only had one. So I was kind of like, and it's always, I like at least 2 or 3 from a set.
Had some Ninja Turtles there.
He did, yeah.
And... quite a few other things in there, and again, it was a lot to look at.
A very eclectic selection of toys that he was selling in his store. Now, one of the main reasons we went up there was, one, we wanted to start getting some content for the channel. Yep. So we did ask him, would it be cool if we come up?
Yeah, he was sweet. He was sweet with us.
So cool, such a cool guy. So we came with our cameras and stuff, but from the moment we stepped in, he was just talking. He was tattooing another guy, but he was full on, how's your day? How you been? This is what we're doing, And so as we're looking around his storefront, he was very welcoming. Yeah,
that's what it felt like. It felt like stepping into a person's home, and you've been there 100 times before. And it just felt like you were part of the furniture. Yeah,
so it was unusual, because I've never been into a tattoo parlour. We had decided recently that we were going to go get, while we were there.
When in Rome.
Yeah, we were going to go get tattoos. So we did get a little something from Jarod when his time freed up, so that was cool. I got a little Goliath tattoo.
Yep. And I managed to obtain a Thundercats logo also.
So we're pretty chuffed. We were going to show them off, but we're glad wrapped at the moment.
Yeah. So the healing process.
Yes, and so we don't want to show them off before due course. So we looked at the storefront, got some footage of that. We got our tattoos done, got lots of footage of that. The conversation was great.
Yeah, and constant, right?
Yeah,
constant and informative, descriptional.
The brother knows some stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the thing was, I went in just wanting wings, and he managed to talk me into, very easily, by the way, into the full Goliath, and he was coloured, and he's shading and stuff, and brilliant.
I think it turned out better than probably what you had originally thought.
Yeah, I wanted something simple and quick, just so that it was simple and quick. But his initial sort of draw up of everything was that it was, with the body and shading and stuff like that. So he did. Yeah, I really love it.
I think that was a turning point when we saw his draft of it, and then I went, ooh, that's only a few more lines, really.
Okay, what I'm saying is, I'm not sure I'd get another tattoo. I'm not saying I'm a bitch, but once it started, I was like, this could be a mistake. But, follow through is very important for me.
Mm.
I didn't flinch, I didn't move, I didn't cry. So that's yeah. I got it.
You did. Really proud. We're really proud that you did.
Chuffed. We were really lucky that once the tattoos were done, Jarod was like, look, I just live up the road. Do you want to come and pop up and have a look at my collection?
Yeah. We were like, hell yes.
Yeah. So we got into the car real quick, followed him up the road, and I have like, this is the dungeon. And I think the dungeon is a lot. Yeah. But his was a lot. I think we just worked out in the last couple of minutes that it was a sensory overload.
100%. It felt like that from the minute you walked in the door, right? Because it's one of those moments where you're unsure where to look at. Not like an awkward moment, but like I don't know where to start.
Where do you start? Yeah. So he is by far the biggest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collector I've ever come across.
I can't even say that I've seen anybody with a collection like that online anyway.
Not showing it off at all.
Yeah.
So, I think what made his collection impressive is that he did not discriminate. He got everything that was Ninja Turtles. He had Funko, he had NECA, he had the original line all carded. He had only a few loose figures.
Yeah. He said he had OG comics.
OG comics.
Prior to there being a TV series.
Yeah, he has everything.
Sleeping bags.
There was a pillow. There was soft toys. Like it was
all of it.
It was all of it. We sat there and we were like, look, is it cool if we just take a couple of, and he was like, I wouldn't have brought you here unless.
Yeah. So accommodating, right?
Yeah. He was cool. But I think what threw me was that even when we had permission to do it, I didn't know where to start. We didn't get everything. We didn't even if we'd gone through and gotten the front of everything, that still was only half of what was in that room. Yeah,
there was still way more that, because of the nature of how it was all in the room, we couldn't, you could see the front of things, but not the things that were behind it, which were in some cases multiple layers deep. So.
It was phenomenal. And then he had little cabinets, and those cabinets were filled with other, like 80% of the room was Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
He probably had another 5% of Spawn, 10% of Motu, yeah. And then he had like an eclectic taste of everything else. Yeah. So he had these things, he was trying to educate us. Kid robot dunnies. And he had heaps of those, and he was storytelling about those. And
yeah, because we got an education on those.
On everything.
Yeah, that was...
Like, I'm really happy we were recording a lot of it because I'm not sure I could remember.
No.
A lot of what he said.
Did you have anything you favoured in there?
I think one of the first things I noticed with his Motu collection, because obviously we have the same sort of selection of Motu, is he has more exclusive ones than myself. And then he really got into Turtles of Grayskull, whereas I've only got a couple of waves of them. So those were things that I looked at and I went, those are cool. I wish I had them. Sweet. But I'll be honest, I think the OJ, he had like a life-size, no, I can't say life-size, like how big is a Ninja Turtle supposed to be? But like a massive, it must have been
5 to 6 foot, I guess. Yeah. What they are.
5 foot tall Ninja Turtle. It was Leonardo, and that was really cool. But he had these really cool, like early Ninja Turtles from NECA.
The
giant ones, and he had 2 of those. There was a lot. Like he had Wuzzles. He had.
My favourite piece that I saw there was he had handmade a turtle van.
I saw that thing.
And he'd made it out of a Tamiya lunchbox RC car. And it was all painted, and it had characters, the Ninja Turtle characters inside it, that he did handmade it himself. So that was, I spotted that straight on, thinking, I know what that's supposed to be, but it's made from something else. And that's why it caught me.
Like he's deep in it. Like I've never seen anything like that. I'm hugely flabbergasted.
Eyeballs deep.
He left us alone. Like he was like, "Oh, I'll be back in a minute," and he buggered off somewhere, and John Boy and I could only sort of under our breath whisper, "What? What
have we walked into?
What?" Here?
But yeah, in terms of a collection, that is probably, and particularly with having predominantly one line of things, that's probably the most complete I've come across.
The thing was, he was showing us a lot of things that you couldn't get in New Zealand, and that he had to get imported, and people were helping him out around the world to get these toys, and they were ones I hadn't seen before, which is not unusual. I don't know everything about Ninja Turtles, but I know what I've never seen before.
And that shows dedication to it too, right? And having the passion to, fulfill your heart's desires.
He loves them.
Yeah.
He loves them. He's proud as punch. He walks us in and he's just like, and then just sort of walked us through anything we were talking about or looking at.
Yeah.
Which was really, really nice, because I'm very limited on my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle info, the collections and everything, and he even spoke
descriptive of
he spoke about it when he was giving us tattoos as well. He's talking about the new movie and how it speaks to a younger generation, but all the old heads dislike it because it's not the same as the originals. And so he was going on that generationally, if you don't remake stuff like the Ninja Turtles, that you'll lose it in the younger generation. And so he spoke on that quite a bit, which is why he has everything. He has the original line.
He's not discriminated.
Yeah, he's got the original line of toys. He's got the NECA. He had some weird shit with on stage.
Oh yeah,
knee pads and these
it's
weird.
Like the tour.
Music tour.
The music tour, yeah.
Oh, we're going to go and circle back to him at some point. I hope.
100%. Because we couldn't cover it all, just with the half hour or so that we were there.
If we had started 4 hours earlier, like if we had 4 hours to play in that room, we still wouldn't have gotten through everything.
Yeah.
So we have asked if we can come back later on down the track to get better pictures of his selections of toys and bundle them up and try and get some pictures and stuff.
And he's that much of a good guy that he was just, sure. Into it. No arguments.
He's a top bloke. I'm very happy that my only tattoo is from him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it could have been any better. He was quick. He was, he was very nice to my feelings. We can do it like that, or we can do it like this. But it's up to you. But what he meant to say was, "This is happening." And then, he's a top bloke. I'd go back there again in support of the toy collections and stuff.
Yeah.
And if I was going to tell anyone to get a tattoo, it would be to go to Hibiscus Tattoo. Yeah. I think it was 689 Whangapararoa Road.
Yes.
That sounds like the right address. I'm tired.
It was a long day. We cracked off at about midday from here, and then
we've only just kind of crawled in. It's about 7 o'clock.
Yep.
So, I would definitely do it again. I think with the goal of wanting to do interviews with people for YouTube.
That was a great way to start.
Sensory overload. I'm going to have to get over that real quick, because if that's our first one and we're looking at just his collection of Ninja Turtles, and the whole idea is to meet up with other people and talk to them about their collections, we have to start early. I'm exhausted. Like, that is in a happy way. But I would like to start going through footage and having a look at everything and trying to sew up a video for you guys. As quickly as we can.
Sounds good.
Yeah. But I've had enough.
Okay.
So I'm going to go and take a nap.
Yeah, that's us.
That's us.